Hey guys, so today's RTT that we're going to talk through is to communicate by MBITR. So it's the other radio. We already covered the ASIP, so in this one we're going to cover the MBITR, or the AN PRC-148 is the nomenclature, but everybody calls it the MBITR, MBITR. So anyhow, you will have to assemble this. If you remember correctly, when I talked through the ASIP, I said that according to the task standards, you wouldn't have to assemble it. You will have to assemble the MBITR. So that is part of the test standards, is to assemble it, then load the frequencies in single channel plain text. So we'll just talk through the task condition standards. So task, place the MBITR into operation and load a frequency and properly enter the net. Test conditions, given an MBITR, an antenna, a hand mic, and a battery. Standards, properly assemble the MBITR and place into operation, correctly load frequency and settings, and enter the net within 4 minutes. So that's it. It's a pretty simple test. Again, it's the MBITR, so I'm going to walk through what each of the components are, how to assemble it, and then we'll do a deep dive on how to load the frequencies into single channel plain text. All right, guys, so you'll notice we've got the components for the MBITR radio here. So you've got the actual radio itself, you've got the battery, the antenna, and the hand mic. So first thing you want to do is plug your battery in. And you'll notice that there's like slots here and slots here on the battery. So what you want to do is you take the battery, take the radio, spin it 90 degrees, and it just twists on. So you're gonna, there's like a little release on this side. It's got a little plunger here that keeps the battery locked into this little slot here. So again, just set it on, spin it, lock it in. Now, right away, because it takes time for the radio to load up, as soon as you put the battery on, turn the radio on. And that's done by spinning this knob here. This is the power or volume knob. So just spin it on, and you'll see that it's starting to turn on already. The next thing you want to do is you want to grab your antenna, and it just screws on like any normal nut and bolt. It just threads right on. Screw it on until it's tight. That's it. Then just like with the ASIP radio, the hand mic's got like a flat spot right here. That flat spot, there's an orange dot on the side of the MBITR. That flat spot lines up with the orange dot. Now there's a rubber gasket in here that makes it like waterproof. It can be a little tricky to slide that on because you got to push down, push pressure on it, and then spin it. So a little trick, put a little saliva on your finger, wipe it around that rubber gasket, then line up your flat spot and your orange dot, push down and spin. And that'll make it go on right away. That's assembling the MBITR radio. So now that you've got the radio assembled, again, the first thing you want to do when you put the battery on is spin the volume on, because you'll notice once you turn it on, it's got to run through this like testing phase. It takes like a little bit to boot up. So if you turn it on right away once you put the battery in, it'll go through this sequence while you're putting your antenna and your hand mic on, and you won't have to sit here and wait for it to load up while you're just sitting here. As you can see, it takes a little bit of time. This is all time you'd be wasting if you're doing your RTT, and you only get 4 minutes. So, okay, now once it's on, it says all ComSec keys erased. Press escape to exit. So now we're on our main menu. So to load the frequencies, you're going to hit and hold, press and hold Alt and Mode. And it's going to bring you into a menu here. It's already going to highlight program as the default setting. You're going to want to hit enter on program, and it's going to have channel programmed, or that's going to be the default slot. Just hit enter again on that. And you'll know you're on channel 1 because it'll say channel 001 and then playing. Now, I talked to the volume button here. So this knob controls the volume and turns it on. This next knob over controls channels. So as you spin it, you go all the way to the right, that's channel 1, and then every click is the next channel over. And you'll need to know that when you go into program some more. So we'll get into channel 1. They'll have a list of frequencies for you on the table that you need to program, as well as power. And then it'll tell you single channel plain text. So we know we're on channel 1 because it says channel 1. Next thing you're going to do is you're going to go make sure it's on plain text, which it is. It could be on secure, but it needs to be on plain for plain text. Hit enter to select something. Now the next thing we're on the channel name. So you can name each channel. So once you get into like patrols and stuff like that for school, if you wanted to name something like, you know, first squad, second squad, third squad or whatnot, you can name the names or name each of the channels. So to do that, you're just going to hit enter to go into operating in that category. And then if you just hit up and down, it's just going to change the letter for the highlighted selection. You have to hold Alt and then press up to go to the next one over. So this is on channel 1. You again change it to whatever you want. Up and down arrows will change through the alphabet. Hold Alt, up, down will change left and right within the category. Once you've got it named what you want, just hit enter. The next category is going to be power. And again, they're going to tell you which power you want. 5 watts is going to be the default, and I'm pretty sure that's what you have to program for anyways in the test. So you'll probably just leave that. But again, if you need to change that, if they say 3 watts, you just hit enter on it and then up, down to whatever wattage they tell you they want the power at. Enter. The next one is going to control which type of SINGARS operation you're going to be in. So it defaults to basic. You want to change that to SINGARS. That'll communicate with a SINGARS radio as well as an MBITR. If it's just on basic, it doesn't communicate with the SINGARS as well. It's mostly designed just to go back and forth SINGARS to SINGARS. So hit enter, up arrow to SINGARS. The next thing you'll notice is it's going to default. Once you hit enter, it'll go to the next page, and you'll notice it's going to default to SINGARS man. Now you can change this to like different channels, 1, 2, 3, 4. Just leave it on man. And then the next category is the single channel or plain, or the single channel or ciphertext. So it defaults to single channel, but you could put it on frequency hot master. We want it in frequency or single channel. So just if it's not there, change to SC for single channel, press enter. The next thing is going to be your frequency. So they're going to give you a list of frequencies. So the first frequency they give you is 81.000. So you're going to hit enter to enter into that category or into that program. And then it's going to be highlighted in black here. And we need to hold Alt and go to the next selection to get to 81. So now it's set at 67,500. We need it to be 81. So you're just going to press up. Now it's on an 8. Hold Alt, press the up arrow to go to the next one. We said 81,000. So down arrows till it's to the 1. Hold Alt. And then you're going to down arrow till it's 81,000. Once you have the frequency you want, just press enter. Now, you can change the channel to channel 2 by going all the way back up to the top, channel, and then changing it to 2. Or you can just move the knob to channel 2. Just slide it over 1. And then you're going to do the same thing. You're just going to walk through all of them, making sure it's on plain text, making sure it's on the power that they designate. For example, 5 watts. Changing basic to SINGARS, verifying it's on man pack, verifying it's on single channel, then go to your frequency. The next frequency they give us is 55,000. So again, press enter to enter the mode, hold Alt, press up to go to the next arrow or the next number over, down to go to 5, Alt to go to the next one, down to go to 5, hold Alt to go over again to the next number, move it down to 5500. Once you've got the correct frequency that they tell you to put it on, just press enter. And then again, we're just going to change to the next channel. You can verify that by going back up to the top page, and you'll see it says channel 3. So again, we're on plain text, channel 3, power's on 5 watts. We're going to change our radio to Singars, verify it's on Manpack. It is on single channel, and the frequency, the third frequency they give us is 57,900. So press enter to enter the menu, hold Alt to go to the next number, down to 57, Alt, just selecting 57,900. That's it. And you can do this, you know, 99 times. I think there's 99 programmable channels in the Singars. You're only going to have to do 3 for the RTTs. So once you have them all programmed, you can try to transmit from here, but it won't transmit in the menu. You have to escape all the way back out to that main page before it'll transmit. Okay, now that we've got all the radio frequencies programmed, in order to use the hand mic, because as you see, we push the button and nothing keys up. In order to be able to use the hand mic, we have to go in and we have to change it to top audio to tell the radio that we're using, because right now it's configured in its default setting to use this internal button, to use the internal radio. So if I push the internal side, you'll see it keys up, but it's not using the hand mic. So to change that, when we programmed the radio frequencies, we held Alt and then pressed the mode button. This time, we're not going to hold Alt. We're just going to press the mode button. And that brings us into a different menu. And the first thing it highlights is internal audio, which is telling you which way, how it's getting the audio content. Right now it's on internal, which is the button. So you're just going to press enter on that and go to top audio. That'll change it to the hand mic, and press enter. Now once you've done that, again, go back to the home screen, and now you'll see that you can key up using the hand mic here. So all of that has to be done in 4 minutes. So you configure the radio, assemble the radio, configure the radio, enter the frequencies, and then call up a radio check. So once you're done, go back to the main menu, and you'll just say, Ranger 1, this is Ranger 2, radio check. They'll acknowledge that they hear you, and they'll tell you to zero out the radio, disassemble it, and leave it on the table. It's nothing to it. You got 4 minutes, and most people do it well faster than that. So that is the MBITR, programming the MBITR frequencies. And I alluded to it earlier when I said, you know, you can change the name of the channel. The reason you would do that is because, so you'll see here it says channel 1. When you type something differently, that's what changed it. So now it says channel 2, now it says channel 3. So if we want to, for me to show you, for example, I'll change channel 1. So we did that, Alt, hold Alt, press mode, channel, program. Now we're going to go down to where it says channel 1, and let's just change this to all A's, just for simplicity's sakes. So again, holding Alt to go to the next number or letter, and then just using the arrows to cycle through all the letters that you have. Once you're satisfied with whatever name you have, you just press enter to save it, and then escape back out. So then you'll see channel 1, we've got all of our A's. Channel 2 is still labeled as channel 2, and channel 3, and so on and so forth. That is the MBITR, guys. All right, guys, so that's the MBITR. Again, it's pretty simple just to put it in a single channel, plain text. Again, just a reminder, you only have 4 minutes to do this. So you have to assemble, load the frequencies, and send up a radio check within 4 minutes. It's easily doable. You know, like, you should be able to assemble like I said, put the battery on, turn it on right away, because that's about the part that takes the longest, is the radio loading up. But battery on, turn it on, assemble the rest of it, and then to put the 3 frequencies in, I mean, really, you're talking probably a maximum of 1.5 minutes to 2 minutes. So that gives you 2 minutes to troubleshoot. You know, like I said, if you got an issue, you're not transmitting, you need to go verify that you've got it on top audio, or if you don't have a hand mic, if you're on internal audio or whatnot. So 4 minutes is plenty of time to do it. It's not even really a factor. So, but that's the MBITR. Hopefully that helps you guys out. If you don't have access to an MBITR, and at least here you can see it a little bit before you get into it. So anyhow, that's all I have for you guys today. Let me know if you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns. Leave a comment down below. I'll address it as soon as I can. If you have any other videos or things you want to see, any questions you have about Ranger School, drop a comment. I'll do my best to address it or create a video in regards to the topic. So anyhow, that's all I have for you guys today. Hope you guys have a great day. Thanks.